In this podcast episode, Dario Amodei, co-founder of Anthropic and a leading figure in AI research, discusses the rapid advancement of artificial intelligence, its societal implications, and the challenges involved in safely integrating these technologies. The conversation covers topics ranging from technical aspects like scaling laws and AI consciousness to broader themes around governance, regulation, Indian industry's role, and the shifting landscape of human jobs and skills. Dario shares his unconventional path from studying biophysics to becoming an AI researcher. Initially focused on understanding the complexity of biological systems with the hope of curing diseases, he became fascinated by the potential of AI to handle such complexity. His early work with neural networks and subsequent career trajectory led him to prominent roles at Google and OpenAI before co-founding Anthropic. His scientific background informs his respect for the intricacies of biological and cognitive systems, shaping his approach to AI development. A core insight that influenced Dario's work is the concept of scaling laws, a principle that suggests AI performance improves predictably with more data, larger models, and increased compute power. Using an analogy from chemistry, he explains how AI intelligence emerges when the right ingredients come together in proportion. This principle underlies much of modern AI progress and was fundamental to Anthropic and OpenAI's development strategies, despite initial skepticism from some quarters. Compared to 5 years ago, AI's capabilities have transformed dramatically. Tasks that were once impossible, such as generating essays, writing functional code, analyzing videos, and answering complex questions, are now routine. Unlike traditional search engines, modern AI systems generate intelligent, context-aware responses rather than just retrieving existing information. This shift signals an entirely new kind of intelligence that can synthesize knowledge and tackle hypothetical situations beyond mere data matching. Despite the evident breakthroughs, Dario expresses concern about the lack of societal awareness regarding the rapidly approaching point where AI matches or surpasses human intelligence. He likens this to a visible tsunami that many refuse to acknowledge, warned against by some but largely unheeded by governments and the public. He stresses the urgency of recognizing AI's transformative power, encompassing economic, geopolitical, and safety risks, and adopting measures to steer its development responsibly. The conversation highlights a critical divergence in visions that led to the founding of Anthropic. While agreeing broadly on scaling laws, Dario and his co-founders felt that existing institutions like OpenAI lacked sufficient conviction toward responsible, safety-first AI development. Anthropic's mission emphasizes safety, interpretability, and ethical alignment, reflected in their governance structure involving a long-term benefit trust designed to mitigate concentration of power and commercial pressures. Dario outlines Anthropic's commitment to balancing cutting-edge research with public benefit. Unlike typical profit-driven models, the company has voluntarily delayed releasing powerful models to avoid triggering an unsafe AI arms race. They advocate for sensible, proactive regulation, including transparency requirements like California's SB 53, which targets only the largest AI actors. Dario acknowledges that this stance sometimes puts them at odds with governments and industry peers, but underscores the importance of pushing for public oversight. On the philosophical front, Dario delves into the topic of consciousness, acknowledging that human consciousness itself remains mysterious. He suggests that consciousness is likely an emergent property of sufficiently complex systems capable of self-reflection and awareness. While current AI models do not possess consciousness, he suspects future advanced models might develop something analogous, with distinct modalities from human experience but real moral significance. Regarding India, Dario sees Anthropic's approach as collaborative rather than consumer-centric. Rather than viewing India merely as a vast market, Anthropic aims to empower Indian companies by integrating AI tools to amplify their capacity and expertise. He underscores the value of existing human-centric relationships and local market insight that Indian IT and consulting firms hold, believing AI should enhance, not replace, their roles. The dialogue addresses fears about job displacement, particularly for Indian IT service companies. Dario recognizes that automation will continue to expand, reducing the need for human operators in many tasks. However, he He notes that human elements such as interpersonal skills, institutional knowledge, and physical world interactions remain crucial and may become even more valuable. Adaptation and identifying new comparative advantages outside purely technical capabilities will be essential for workers and companies. For aspiring entrepreneurs, Dario encourages focusing on AI application layers and leveraging fast-evolving models through APIs. He argues the market remains dynamic with continuous opportunities to innovate, particularly in human-centered domains or sectors combining analytics with physical and social components. Understanding AI's limitations and building unique moats such as regulatory expertise or domain knowledge can help startups survive competition from large AI providers. The conversation explores concerns about AI potentially eroding human cognitive skills, such as arithmetic or coding. Dario distinguishes between de-skilling caused by careless use of AI and the still important value of basic mental skills for quick reasoning and understanding. He stresses that individuals and societies must consciously choose to maintain critical thinking and intellectual engagement to avoid becoming overly reliant or intellectually diminished. Dario weighs in on the debate around open-source AI versus proprietary models. He observes that many high-performing open models may be benchmark-optimized but less capable in real-world scenarios. Ultimately, he believes the decisive factor is the intelligence and quality of the model, not the form of access. The future may see democratization of foundational models, but quality and ongoing innovation will determine sustainable advantage. Addressing the geopolitics of AI data, Dario notes an evolving landscape where synthetic and reinforcement learning data gain importance over static datasets. Still, data localization laws, especially in Europe, are driving the need for geographically diverse data centers. Countries and companies will increasingly safeguard customer and proprietary data within national boundaries, influencing infrastructure investments and operational strategies worldwide. Asked about investment opportunities outside AI, Dario expresses strong optimism about a biotechnology renaissance driven by AI. Fields like programmable peptide therapies and cell-based immunotherapies hold promise for curing diseases. While cautious about naming specific companies, he highlights biotech as an intersection of AI and physical sciences with enormous potential for innovation and returns in the coming decade. On the practical side, Dario acknowledges the learning curve for non-coders engaging with AI tools like Claude and Claude Code. Anthropic plans to lower barriers through more user-friendly interfaces, educational content, and Ministry of Education initiatives designed to democratize AI proficiency. He emphasizes hands-on experience as the best way to gain familiarity and advises aspiring users to embrace prompt engineering as a new craft akin to learning an instrument. To conclude, Dario reflects on the recurring experience of foresight in AI's trajectory. He asserts that though emerging developments often appear counterintuitive or too drastic to many, careful empirical observation combined with first principles thinking enables surprisingly accurate predictions. He encourages cultivating this blend of insight and pragmatism as the foundation for understanding rapid technological change and its broad societal impact.